Hello YouTube makeup lovers. So I just finished filming my green smoky eye tutorial for the smoky eye series, and I thought I've been mentioning so much some favorite colors of mine from MAC. For example, the first video mentioned some favorite purples, the second video mentioned some favorite greens, and the more that I'm gonna do are also gonna include some of my favorite shadows. And I just thought, why don't I just do a video on my favorite MAC eyeshadows? So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do today. I've always loved my eyeshadows. They're like the original loves of mine of eyeshadows. Really, the favorites that I picked, which was really hard to pick favorite eyeshadows from MAC because I have so many, and it was hard, and I kept on thinking, oh my god, that one's one of my favorites, but I didn't want to mention 100 eyeshadows. I wanted to narrow it down to about 15 of my favorites. I'm going to mention about 20 of them, but 15 are the ones that are different colors, not really like the neutral shades like this that I wear mainly for every day. I wanted to mention like pretty colors, like the purples I can't live without, the blues I can live without, the greens, you know, some bronze colors that I can live without. So the way MAC colors work is that you can buy them at the MAC store or at Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom. You can buy them there in the regular pots that they come. They look like this, the regular MAC eyeshadow pots. Or you can buy them at the store, at the MAC store, in palette form, where they come like this, just like the pan. It has a magnet in the back, and you can buy the palettes separately. For example, this is a 15 palette, and you can fit 15 eyeshadows in it. They're a little bit cheaper. When you buy them in palette form, they're 11. In the store, I think they're 14 or 14.50 when they're like this. Or you can also pick palettes of 4. I think they just revamped this palette. It doesn't look like this anymore. It's a lot nicer. Now the palettes, I think, look like this. They're a little bit nicer. I mean, if you don't want to have a gazillion of these lying around, I really recommend the palette idea, because then you have all your colors in one easy palette that you can just pick up. You can even travel with it. I mean, it's great. Also, don't forget that when you finish using any MAC products that come in a plastic container, like an eyeshadow or a concealer or even lipsticks, save them and you can recycle them. For every 6 of these that you turn into a MAC store, you get a free lipstick, a free eyeshadow, or a free gloss. And if you take it to a department store, you can get a free lipstick. So save everything. I even save when I run out of my brush cleaner or even my makeup wipes. Sometimes at the department stores, they don't accept the makeup wipes as one of my 6, but I've never had a problem at the MAC store. So I always save them. So save everything and recycle. You can't get the palette type colors, but you can get the eyeshadows like in the regular pots. Okay, so let's get started with the first color. The first color of my favorites is Nylon, and it's this one right here. I love this color for highlighting and for the inner corner. I've even worn it all over the lid. This is what Nylon looks like. For purple, since it's one of my favorite colors, it was hard for me to pick, and I picked 4, which are these 4. This one is Parfait Amour. This one is Fig 1. This one is Satellite Dreams. And this one is Graphology. It's a very dark purple. It's almost black, but I love it for the lower lash line. Just kind of like, you know, sometimes you don't want to wear black. You just want to wear that color really, really dark, and that was it. Those were the 4 that I just mentioned right here. For my favorite blues, I picked 2. This one is Deep Truth, and this one is Contrast, and they look like this. This is Deep Truth, and this one is Contrast. They're beautiful blues, great color payoff. I mean, if you need to buy blues, those are the 2 that I would recommend. For silver colors, I picked 3, and they are these, which are Electra, Silver Ring, and Night Divine, and they look like this. This is Electra. This is Silver Ring, and this is Night Divine. I mean, they're very pretty silver colors. For greens, I picked Sumptuous Olive and Humid, which are these 2 right here. This is Sumptuous Olive and this is Humid, and they're the ones that I used today for the green smoky eye that I'm wearing right now. These are the 2 colors up close, Sumptuous Olive and Humid. And again, I would say that if you need some green colors, those are the greens that you should get, because they are beautiful colors, great color payoff. For more bronze colors, I picked these, which is Amber Lights is this one, Bronze, and Trax. And they look like this. These are the 3 colors. This is Amber Lights. This one right here is Bronze, and this one right here is Trax. This has a lot of purple in it. It's very purpley. but it has like kind of like little gold flecks. It's a very pretty color. All three of those are great. So these next 4 colors I'm going to mention aren't wow colors like the ones that I just showed you that are pretty colors, you know, like purples, blues, or greens. These are more neutral colors that I wear in my everyday, but I just wanted to mention them because I use them all the time and they are some of my favorite colors. And they're just the ones that I use, for example, to highlight under my brow bone or to do my eyebrows, which I love those colors, or to blend. It's just colors that you need to use in most of my eye looks. I use some of these colors no matter what colors I wear, just because they're the ones that add the finishing touches. So I just wanted to mention those to you. This one is Vanilla. This one is Wedge, Espresso, and Cork. Espresso and Cork are the 2 that I use on my eyebrows, and they look like this. This is Cork and this is Espresso. I mix those 2 up and I use them a lot on my brows when I fill them in. And then the other 2 are Wedge and Vanilla, and they're just basic colors, but they help out so much with any look. This is Vanilla and this is Wedge. I use Wedge a lot if I have to blend something, just when you don't want to add much color, but you want to blend all the colors that you've added, I add Wedge over it, like when I do the top of the crease or something. And then the color Vanilla I use all the time under my brow bone. I mean, I think I've been through like 7 of those colors already. I mean, I can't live without these 4 colors. Another color I want to mention, which I don't really know if it's my favorite, but it's just MAC's Carbon Black. I mean, you definitely need a black eyeshadow in your eyeshadow collection. You use it for lots of things. You can use it for liner. You can use it just to darken any colors like I did in my tutorial today with the green smoky eyes. You can use black for anything. I mean, you definitely need a black eyeshadow in your collection, and MAC Carbon Black is a good eyeshadow. But I didn't really want to include it in my favorites because it's not a shadow that I feel I can live without, because I can use any other black from any other brand that's a matte black and I'm sure it would work great. But I just wanted to mention it in case you're starting your eyeshadow collection. So that's pretty much it. Those are my favorite MAC eyeshadows. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. MAC eyeshadows are very dear to my heart because I've always loved makeup all my life, but then when I started buying MAC eyeshadows, it's like everything went downhill from there, and I just had to have them all. You should check out the palettes at the MAC store and see if that's better for you than to have to buy them in the pots. Maybe buying them in the palettes is what works for you. So that's pretty much it. I hope you had fun watching this video and that you try out some of these MAC eyeshadows. Thank you so much for watching Be Lounge Makeup, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.